Hello guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to focus on, we now have this new login button that actually works and actually makes it through the OmniAuth procedures at GitHub. But now we need to kind of style this a little bit, but also get the link working in the right way. And we need to throw up a Ruby on Rails index view so that they so that the application does in fact sign in correctly. And there's going to be lots of other logistical stuff we'll have to figure out as well. But for the moment, we need to figure out how to open link. Let's see, link in new window. So link to a new window. Not really. Blank goes to a new tab now. This is a really old site. HTML links. I may have to do it in JavaScript actually. Let's see. JavaScript open in new window. That's another tab. I don't want another tab. I want an actual window. Because I've seen other applications do it, especially Facebook will do it. Aha! See, that's what I'm looking for. And then it just presents you to the sign-in page. You say yes, and then whatever. Okay, so here's an example code for opening new windows. Input type, button, value, new window, on click, window.open, blah, my window, width, and height. So it probably has to do with this kind of thing. So basically we're going to copy essentially this code and we're going to throw that into our application. And we'll put it in our we can put it in our controller here, and we can wire it up with Angular since basically the entire page is kind of in here. So let's see. We'll create a self.login, and that's a function which takes nothing. And so we'll paste that in, except we want this to go to essentially where that link goes to at the moment. So index.html, and that's going to here. And we want it to go to, we want it to go like that, and then we'll call this, log in with GitHub. And then we set width and height. That's fine. And forget that. Okay, so now we have that, and we need to flip back over here, and we're going to switch this to a button now. Ooh. button, and we'll do ng click equals what was it? Controller.login, and set it the type equal to button, and we'll do some styling and stuff later. But login with, so we'll put login as one word, with GitHub, and this also needs to be button. Okay, then we just save the file, it regenerates it, flip back over, and we refresh the page. Now we get a login with GitHub button. Okay, so we click on the button, it opens it up, and here we go. We actually now have this successfully working. So, I need to go to nitrous, and we're gonna change that page a little bit, right? And app views home, right? Home index, I think so. So we're creating a new file, index.html.erb, and open that up, and then we can place, you know, any arbitrary thing in here. But for the moment, it's just going to be thank you. Oh, you are now logged in. To grumbling bugs. Okay, so really simple page, right? And then we just need to make sure we have a method for it. So we go, well, we want to get rid of, in the public directory, there's not an index. Nope, they got rid of that. Okay. In our controllers, home controller, and we do want to have a index action, and we really don't have to do anything here because Rails will handle the rest of it for us. So at that point, we just refresh the page here, click login, what happened? It's like it's not calling. I never closed it. I wonder if am I not setting an actual like home route? So config routes. No, I don't have a root welcome index. Okay. Well, it doesn't want to be. It's not welcome index. It's just root home index. And then come back over here and let's see. Make sure we close that tiny little window. Okay. Refresh page. Log in. I don't need this breakpoint anymore. Pop-up blocked. Always allow pop-ups from localhost. Why not? Okay, so that's a better user experience, I think. You know, it's not intrusive. It's not pulling you away from the page. It's just like, you know, just that little bit of stuff that you need. And I could even have this go close, or put a timer on it and then do window.close or something, and it will basically close itself. So there's a little bit of user experience that I could do here to kind of help help this along and make it a little more intuitive, automatic, stuff like that. I think it's just blocking the pop-ups because I've done it like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, that's pretty much the process. It's not too complicated or difficult. So now we've got authentication. We've got it working over. It's not pulling away from the blog or anything. But the slight downside is that this is no longer successfully working, I guess. As in, it doesn't automatically, like, okay, so so you click on this and it takes you here and it says you're now signed in, but then you would have to like refresh the page in order to kind of get that like the login button to go away, because initially what we want to do is it's going to make a request that goes, is this person logged in, yes or no, and then if they are logged in, then this button's going to disappear. And I'd like to put it up here or somewhere. I know I've tried to fiddle with stuff up there before, so it might not. But yeah, and then it'll go away, and then like all the features that you have to be signed in for will just kind of turn on and be activated. So I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to poll things. It's not the most beautiful and elegant solution, but it works. It's quick and dirty. So how do we do this? Let's see, where's our button? No, we don't. We'll put it in here, right? And we basically want to create a self-polling function that just does we need to set something self dot, I don't want to call it logged in, authenticated equals, and we'll set it false initially because you're not logged in yet, and so we'll self dot auth timeout. I don't really need to put this on self. This can just be var because it's really only being used in here. So auth timeout. Okay, or it's really auth interval. And you'll see what this does. So some of you may be thinking, oh, well, if all we have to do is set authenticated to true, well, that's easy enough to kind of hack into your site and like get all these features. Yes and no, because even though like it shows, you hacked your way in and it shows that you're logged in and it gives you the button to like do whatever, when you actually try to save it, like if you were to write a comment and then you were to try to save it to the server would go, I don't know who you are, you're not authenticated, and it would kick it out. So you do actually have to authenticate. This is just a convenience flag to help me on the JavaScript end of things. But you can hack the site so that it looks, like you're logged in, but you're not actually going to be able to do anything. So it's kind of a pointless. I mean, you guys can try if you want. So auth interval equals set interval function, and we'll have this set so I don't really want to pound the server with requests if you guys choose not to log in. Oh, I could start this. I could start this auth interval once you click the login button. That makes sense. Okay, I'm cool with that then. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to make an AJAX request to the server just to see if you're logged in. So So HTTP get this, right? And authenticated dot then and we'll have that return we'll set this equal to self dot authenticated, right? And basically then we can do an if self authenticated dot, or if we're authenticated, then we will clear the interval auth interval. Else, just keep on going. Okay, so that pretty much does it for this little function here. There's not much to it. So then we're going to move this inside of the login. So when you click on login, it will start doing this work. And cool. Okay, so now we need to set up that part on our Rails, on the Rails side of things. And for now, I'm going to throw it in. Well, is there? I want to reuse as much as I can. So there's like home controller, application controller, home controller, subscribe hits. Fine. Def authenticated and if current user return return JSON render then render JSON true we could do plain. We'll just set it plain. Set it to the word true. Else, or and return else render plain false and return. We really don't need else here. Okay. So does that tie in with this? It's not authenticated anymore. Now we just set it to that, and what we want is that equals true. Now what that's going to do is if we get the keyword true back, it's going to set this equal to true, an actual true. So that's kind of a nice trick to, you can put the parentheses around there to kind of help you with the organization of how this works. So just if that's equal to the word true, then the evaluation becomes true, setting this authenticated to actual Boolean true, not just the string of true. So that can be helpful. So we're going to flip back over here, run that. We should have the new code in here. I'm going to do is clear this out, and we'll probably see all those requests coming through. And they're all 404 because I have no we'll refresh that because it's annoying. Because I have no route defined for that, which is not good. So nitrous and our authenticated action. And I keep doing that. I'm trying to flip between things, but I'm flipping between the wrong things. So we go back into routes, and we're going to do a get authenticated goes to home authenticated. So simple enough. Rerun this, close that, hit this, and I'm getting some sort of error here. Syntax error, expected end of input, keyword end. So it doesn't like something that I did. And home, end. Maybe that's what it is. Oh. Always try again, right? Yay. So, what am I getting back in these? Preview, response, no data available. I'm getting 200s. This one said true. Returned. No, it says true there, but did the response itself actually? So that's the funny part. Like these appear, if I click on the, and I navigate to it, I get a true. But for whatever reason, my JavaScript doesn't seem, no. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So since it's coming from localhost 4000, so what I want to do is I want to change that. Where is it? Application RB. Production RB. That's production. Oh, that's the default mailer. Where's the core stuff? Where did we put that? The rack. The rack stuff. That went into. No. Environment. I thought it was an initializer of some sort. Boot. Application. Middleware insert before rack cores. Aha. Origins. So, for the moment, we'll flip this to star, and then we'll run this again, and it might just work. Elements. Click this. Click this. I don't know if I closed that little window. Blog API here. So close this. Refresh. A lot of this. A lot of refresh. Check this. Refresh. Check this. Refresh. Check this. So now what am I getting on these? They're gets. They're full gets. Oh, you have to restart the application when you make a change to that startup file. Okay, last attempt. Clear all that. Refresh page. Clear everything. Go over to here. Close that little window. That's up and running. Click the link. False. 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 I guess this makes sense. I think I understand what's going on. So the cookie for the authentication stuff doesn't get sent down. So this is a tricky one. You might just have to reload the page. But even then, I don't know, since it's cross-origin. There's definitely some issues with using this kind of thing. Like obviously we can authenticate to the API. Can we authenticate to the web page? Definitely some things to think about here, and figure out. But all in all, that's kind of how a lot of this stuff is done. Tying things together, as you guys saw full OAuth authentication stuff. And I'm probably trying to step outside the bounds of its normal use and normal security domain, and that's probably why things aren't quite working out for me. But yeah, it was a while to put in and devise, and then it was a while to get some of this stuff working together. But as you guys, this is the process. This is how things go through when you're starting to interface with multiple technologies and multiple different things. You're flipping back and forth between windows, and you're restarting servers and checking things and looking at error messages, and it's part of the process. But then once you get past this, you get back to writing code like normal, and it's just part of the game. And you want to be a good developer, you got to go through most of this stuff. So yeah, so that was good. Next time we will try to visit some other things that we can do to get this to work, or maybe focus on something else for a few episodes and then come back to it. I don't know. But all in all, I think this has been a good experience. It's taught me a lot about OAuth. I've actually never done an OAuth anything before. So this was really simple for me. I basically was able to do it in 3 videos. And at least I have a functioning OAuth. It's just I'm now dealing with some outside issues. So it was really simple, and I think that if you're doing a website and you need users to log in and stuff, but you can use something with some sort of OAuth type thing, whether that's their Facebook, Twitter, Google, GitHub, stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. Let's maybe consider OAuth and see if it's a good alternative for you. So, anyways, it's been fun. I will see you guys next time.